This is the National Military Training Academy, Afghanistan, where more than 3,000 potential students have turned up today to take an entrance test. Out of those 3,000 students, 450 will be chosen to do a 4-year course. The academy was set up 5 years ago to select future officers to join the Afghan Army and Air Corps. It's been modelled on West Point, the top military college in the United States.
There's a core curriculum, and then following that they'll choose a major curriculum. So they can study civil engineering, they can choose to be law majors, or at this point they can study to be computer science majors.
Entrance to the academy is judged on a fitness test, an interview and the results of the exam paper they're taking today. Those admitted have to represent all the ethnic groups and all the provinces of Afghanistan, so the makeup of army officers fairly reflects the makeup of the country.
I feel a growing insecurity, so that's why I want to defend the country and join the army.
As we see, explosions are increasing day by day. It's the responsibility of the younger generation to come and help the army.
In the past, the Afghan National Army was one of the best in the region, so that's why I want to join the army.
No one doubts the basic ability of Afghan soldiers to fight, but doubts have been raised about how well they're led and the quality of leadership. The course puts at its core caring for and leading soldiers in the field.
We do have a military studies department that teaches them a great deal about the theory of being in the military and especially being an officer. Over the summer they do field exercises up to 50 days and they live outdoors and train on any number of weapons, learn how to maneuver and learn a lot of skills that an officer will have to know.
The turnout today is 500 more than last year. Among them are 60 females who are competing for places to study medicine and become an army doctor.
The presence of so many young people here gives us hope, in contrast to media reports about decreasing security. There is stability in Afghanistan, and we are moving forward with development, and jointly with our coalition colleagues, especially NATO, we are able to tackle terrorists and Al-Qaeda.
So how do the potential future army officers think they'll fare today?
I can't say for certain, but I'm 80% sure I will pass the test.
There is an old Afghan saying, a strong river is made drop by drop, and that is precisely what is happening at the Afghan National Defence University near Lake Karga, on the western outskirts of Kabul. The university, modelled on America's West Point, provides an entry point to the Afghan National Army for hundreds of aspiring military leaders.
هدف اصلی پوهنتون ایجاد کیفیت در کادر افسری اردوی افغانستان است و این پوهنتون به خاطر انسجام فعالیت‌های معیاری مؤسسات تحصیلی و تعلیمی اردوی افغانستان. اردوی ملی افغانستان در حال انکشاف است و انکشاف از این اردو به آموزش‌های افسران تعلق دارد.
The rigorous 4-year course teaches cadets a broad range of academic and military skills to prepare the cadets for their army careers.
During their first year, they will study all general subjects, math, physics, chemistry, all these things. When they pass and they go to sophomore, then they will select their civilian profession, civil engineering, computer science, I don't know, English, law and everything, these things. When they finish the 3rd year, they go to the senior year, they will choose their major of military, infantry, tank, logistics, intelligence, all those things. So it is a model of West Point Academy.
Upon successful graduation, the cadets will go on to join their fellow officers in the field.
وارد اردوی ملی افغانستان میشه و یونیفرم نظامی را میپوشه با سلاح و تجهیزات دسترسی پیدا میکند این مخاطره خطراتی را در قبال داره.
And for the soldiers themselves, the training is invaluable.
Because army need to educated people. It's not like that we take some soldier that didn't know anything. We need some officer that build building for the army. And step by step, our army improve and all of them become educated people.
Right now is that we have to build this country, and this country needs people like us.
Brassed up, suited and booted. This is the site where Afghan army officers of all ranks come to brush up their skills and learn new ones. Colonel Mohammed Jabir works in logistics for the Army's Chief of Staff. He's been undertaking a course in war strategy. The French have been involved in mentoring at the Command and Staff College since it opened 8 years ago. The Canadians and Turkish advise here too. All the tutoring is done by Afghans.
Our instructor provide their subjects and they teach them, but if we need some help, we ask from our coalition mentors.
There are still some things where they need some support, like organization and the way they can work as a staff and not, in reporting everything to the commander. I think that's where they can still progress, is the working as a team rather than working individually.
One of the main problems in the past with the Afghan army was that its makeup didn't proportionally represent the population. Army recruiters found it hard to attract Pashtuns, the largest ethnic group in Afghanistan from where the Taliban originate. Nowadays, numbers are evening out. These officers are off to India to see how its army deals with a similar issue.
قسمه که ما در صاحب استراتژی خواندیم که در هر 1000 نفر 1 نفر باید در اردو باشد و همه ترام است و خود از این چون کثیر المذاهب هم هستند و خود از این که چه قسم دانستن که ملیت ها و اقوام مختلف و لسان ها را گرد هم جمع کنند.
There have been a number of incidents recently of Afghan security forces turning weapons on their ISAF mentors. The French have been reviewing security at the college to make sure they have no such attacks there.
ما سخت ارتباطات کاری هم داریم، ارتباطات دوستانه هم داریم، ارتباطات همه پرابلم های خود را ما مشترکاً در داخل کالج البته با تمام دوستای خود در اینجا حلقات کردیم که در اینجا آقای کرجغدان البته در راس تمام دوستا در اینجا قرار داره. همه کارهای ما با هم تفاهم با مسائل مشترک انجام میشه.
Afghan officers can study here for up to 8 months, depending on their course. Some graduate and go on to be commanders of companies, regiments and battalions. It's not part of the curriculum at the college, but when the French get downtime, they like to teach the Afghans about one of history's greatest military leaders, of course, Napoleon.
Without accurate, concise information on insurgent activity in a local area, it is difficult for Afghan soldiers to provide security for the residents.
In this fight, the main problem is finding the enemy. He moves anonymously in the population, and therefore we need intelligence to lead our patrols to the enemy.
One of the roles of the Australian mentoring team here in Afghan is to train the officers of the Afghan National Army in intelligence gathering, a skill that thus far has been neglected.
The ANA approach is pretty basic, unsystematic, I would characterise it as. Local commanders know their area reasonably well, and they develop links with the with local leaders, and they even develop informants. They don't pass it on in any rational or systematic fashion. So the intelligence isn't properly analysed or fused together or sent to higher headquarters to enable bigger operations.
The Australian intelligence team, led by Captain Fallon, runs daily lessons for the Afghan officers here, instructing them in producing patrol reports and map reading, skills that are vital for intelligence gathering on the ground.
The aim is first of all to get them doing patrol reports, and secondly other types of intelligence related reports, and having an awareness that they're not acting in isolation in the battlefield, but that they're part of a larger team, and that that team can't function without the right information.
Several months into their course, the officers are progressing well and are beginning to be able to assist the regular patrols in the area.
We thought we'd get a very basic standard of map reading because obviously literacy levels are very low in the country, and within about 3 days we've got guys actually navigating with maps, taking bearings, using back bearings. So sometimes it's very easy to say that maybe they haven't got the same skill sets we have, when in reality it's very easy to find some very rewarding stuff and very professional guys within the Afghan army.
After 4 years of hard training, hundreds of young Afghan officers are gathered ready to be the first to graduate from the National Military Academy of Afghanistan this morning. They sit eagerly awaiting the arrival of President Hamid Karzai. The academy, which is based in Kabul, is considered by the Afghan military to be the crown jewel of college-level education and leader development in the country. Aspiring Afghan officers are taken on every year and are trained in 4 primary aspects, which consist of academic development, military skills, physical fitness and character building. Academy staff are supported by individual mentors from the United States and from Turkey. The Afghan National Army now takes the lead in 70% of operations within the country, and therefore the need for well-trained, highly professional officers is paramount. President Karzai arrives and exhorts the new graduates to realise the fact that they are now servants of Afghanistan.
You now belong to every corner of this country, and you should defend every part of it. It means you are not linked to a particular party, faction, province or village, but you are the sons of every inch of Afghanistan.
President Karzai then proceeded to honour the top graduates who had excelled in their training. The new officers will have much work to do, with a dangerous and difficult job ahead of them, leading Afghan soldiers to bring a safer, more secure country to the Afghan people.